Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi everybody, it's Kat.
And you're here. Get on out of that waiting room, climb on into the elevator. We're going all the way up to the 10th floor. And it's not just us. Chandra, of course, Chandra's here first in line every time. Mary is here. Carolyn is here. Jeannie is here. Estee is here. Get on out of there. Get on out of there. Come on in.
Come on
in. Say hey in the chat as well. Say hi. If you don't usually do so, do so.
And who's ever closest to the panel there, hit 10 for us.
Yeah, just push that button. Push the button. I know, Jeannie. I don't know what to do. I mean, I just miss you so much in the time that I don't see you on these Sundays. Jeannie's with us for Days for Dummies as well. 9 a.m. Pacific time, right here on this channel. Learning the best we can, struggling through understanding days of our lives.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Janet, hey Janet, get into this elevator. The doors are about to close, but that's okay. Anybody else that comes on late, you can take the stairs.
We'll stick our foot out, hold the door.
Come on in, run, dive, Janet. You're going up to the 10th floor because there is so much to talk about in the 4 episodes that we had of General Hospital this week. Ned and Olivia, Dex, Carly, Nina, Ava. I'm just going to list names.
Yeah.
Characters that are on the show. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go home. Oh, come on. You can't stay here. Nah, man. You don't understand. Things were tense when I left. I was about to kidnap a baby. Well, a child. I can't go back. Hey, Jacarius. Queen of the South is here. Hey, everybody.
It'll be interesting to see if Nicholas is going to have a plot of revenge or not.
I don't know. Or is he going to come
We
back?
don't really know at this point.
Maybe he's feeling very guilty, and that's part of the reason why he doesn't want to come back.
He should feel guilty.
And he's going to come back super apologetic and be the Nicholas that everybody wants him to be, right?
Yeah. This time is different, though. This time is a little bit different. He didn't choose this entire time to be missing.
No. Well, I mean, at a certain point, it's become his choice.
Yes, at a certain point, it's become his choice. But I would think from the extent, being in a coma, that his recovery was a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, well, shoot, I don't know. I guess we're supposed to take it in soap time. However long it's passed for the characters has been however long it's passed for Nicholas.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he woke up a week ago.
Well, he seems awfully spry to be only awake a week.
Maybe he was physically healed and then woke up and he's just like, all right, okay now. I'm pretty well rested. I slept a lot.
I wonder, is Spencer going to knock the tar out of his dad when he sees him?
I don't know. Maybe.
You did it again.
What do you mean again? I came back. Come here. I didn't choose to disappear. I just took a couple of extra weeks to come back.
Grandmother's been trotting around the planet looking for you.
Oh, my bad. I probably should have said something to her. Maybe a text message. Just four letters. I am okay.
Yeah, there you go. I am not dead.
Go back to business as usual, Mom. I'll be home eventually.
Man, oh man.
So, he's there, definitely alive, but in the house. So, at this point we can potentially not see Nicholas for several weeks until they align things with his return. This could just be, plopping the seed of plot, saying he is alive, he is here, he is with Mason. We'll see you in 2 months when he comes back to town,
Huh. I think Mason might wind up not being alive by the time folks, the cast finds out that Nicholas is indeed not dead or missing or run off.
Like he's in particular danger at the moment, do you?
No. Well, I think when all this comes to light, Sonny will take care of Mason.
Maybe.
He can wind up with pine barrels.
I guess it depends on how it all folds out because Sonny's busy right now.
Yeah. So Ava wanted the body back where she could put him in the pine. So now Mason will be there instead. Right?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know if it'll be Sonny because Sonny's pretty busy at the moment.
Sonny is kind of busy.
You know,
yeah.
and unless they open the crate, they haven't opened the crate yet. Unless they open the crate and find the stuffed animals like you were talking about, it seems as though Sonny's in a real heap of trouble.
Yeah.
Right now.
He's in the hooskow right now.
Yeah, like federal crime, no bail, you can't get out, no nothing.
I know.
Hey, Daisy, hi.
And Nina just seems dumb as a rock about all of it.
So here's an interesting thing. Back on Nicholas real quick before we move off of that topic because Pesh Chat's talking about it. Multiple people have said, well, when Spencer finds out about this, he's going to have a whole new reason to hate Ava. Do you think that he would hate Ava over this? Because he did not. Well, Nicholas and Spencer did not leave on great terms at all.
I don't think necessarily like it's going to put them back to ground zero like they were.
Right.
So much hate. I think what saving grace Ava would have was she didn't mean to kill him.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
she did not. She knocked him in the head.
He was like, I'm going to march upstairs right now. I'm taking Avery and we're getting out of here. And she reacted. Yeah. Yeah. So,
and this will be another reason for Sonny to hate Nicholas too, because he's always hated Nicholas. You're going to hate him. He's going to hate him even more. And, and Ava confided to Sonny and told him that, she indeed thinks that she killed him by accident without gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicholas and Sonny really hate each other. They have in the past.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Mom. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say.
Well, I don't want them to wait another 2 or 3 weeks before we see some Nicholas. I want Nicholas to be on the screen at least once a week.
Yeah. I do too. I really like Adam Huss. I do. I like Adam Huss in the role. I want to see him like that. I want to see him all the time. I do. Every time. I don't want to not see him ever. Like, I want him to be on every episode, every minute of every episode. I want him to be in every scene. I want him to have relationships with everyone. I want him to steal Elizabeth away from Ben, because Elizabeth deserves a man like Nicholas in her life.
Nicholas ain't no good.
But they have such history, Mom.
They do have tons of history.
They do have tons of history. I don't know. I do think there's the potential for a lot of fun there. There is.
I know, but he wasn't too good with he made a mess with her before he took off too.
Well, all that needs to happen is she just needs to not get swept up in realizing what she's doing is bad. If she can just stay on the side of whatever villainy Nicholas is up to. Could be interesting. But she always comes around. She's always like, oh no, this was the wrong thing to do. I'm going to turn myself in. She always does that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when we first started this podcast, you were like, Elizabeth is a Pollyanna. And we're not sitting here hating on Elizabeth. All right, folks. So, if you want to comment and defend her, please do. I would love to have comments on all of the videos about the characters that you love. But I'm not sitting here hating on her. I'm just saying that she always has a change of heart every time.
She does. She does. Yeah. But Elizabeth in the past has passed some judgment and has a lot of extenuating circumstances and explanation for her own things.
Well, you see, I was standing on the parapet and I was going to be shoved off by Faison. And then that's when Jason showed up and he joined me on the parapet standing there. And we were going to, he was going to be like, if you kill her, we're both going, which I don't really understand the scene because I didn't see it. And I don't understand how that would be like Faison going, oh no, I can't, because why wouldn't he just shove Jason off of the thing? I don't understand. I didn't watch a scene. Maybe chat can tell me about it. But there's an explanation for everything, right?
The parapet is the ledge of the parapet is very low. If they would just put a safety bar up there. A decorative safety
A
bar.
very just, an ancient medieval railing.
Yes.
Just make it so, when people can't topple over, with top heavy weight,
Right. And it wouldn't even take away from the aesthetics of the house. You could make it like you said,
and it would be
decorative and beautiful.
Yeah, and then they can even do like at the top of a New York skyscraper where it's like a whole fence with that kind of comes in as well.
Yeah, with a cage like, right?
Almost, not always
Yeah.
not always sealed, but almost like a cage where you can't. There's no way you can fall over that thing. It is impossible unless you climb over it. Maybe that's what
and
it
that
is.
would be kind of difficult to do too.
But Chandra agrees. She wants to see Adam Huss back on the screen, and she's curious to see how they'll bring Nicholas back to General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have to rush in to save somebody.
Maybe. Or maybe I could see where someone just accidentally sees him.
Somebody find him. Well, last time he was hiding out, he did a bad job. We talked about that last week. So maybe he's learned his lesson. I hope.
Maybe.
That would be good. That would be wonderful. That'd be nice. I want it. I don't know. I just like him. I like Adam Huss. I think he's captured a lot of good energy. I know that there's still people out there that are like, I don't accept any Nicholas that isn't Tyler Christopher. I know that it still exists. But
yeah,
it
is.
I can't say that I haven't seen the same tidal wave of non-support for Adam Huss that I did for Marcus Coloma.
Well, I really do think, the short time that he did portray Nicholas before he got knocked in the head, his portrayal was just so good and very different than Marcus Coloma as well.
Yeah. Well, what I know to be fact, just because I have some, little pinky fingernail only in the community of soap creation. So I heard, through the grapevine and contacts that I have, that Huss did a lot of research, even for that little 2-week stint that he did there a few months ago. Just did all kinds of scene watching on YouTube and analysis of the history of Nicholas and the relationships that he has with people and the things that he's done good and the things that he's done wrong. So he showed up to the role armed with historical information. He reached out to soap journalists and was like, hey, send me in the right direction with some of the best Nicholas stuff. Like, did his homework and his research, and then did it again recently.
Oh, okay.
So, I had to sit on some information for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I had heard that he had been asking again for more reference materials for Nicholas. Which then, of course, here he is, a few weeks later after that, coming back onto the thing, securing the role for him going forward. Like if there was going to be a recast, they wouldn't have even done this.
Right.
So.
I kind of understand people's opinion about Tyler Christopher. I do. I watched him be Nicholas for a long time.
Yeah.
The whole time where they were kids and there was Lucky and Spencer and Emily and Elizabeth. It was very good. It was very good. I don't think we're ever going to see Tyler Christopher back in that role.
No, I don't think so. If there was a chance, it's gone away because he again recently had another problem.
That's what I heard. He's relapsed.
I don't know. I don't know how severe or anything. Like there was an issue. I don't even know how long ago it was anymore. I could be talking about something that was a year ago.
No, I think it was like 3 months ago, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember there was something.
And I don't know if he had, if he was able to jump back on the wagon quickly or, if, or he jumped really into the deep end. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I just don't know.
I hope he's okay.
I know that his friends have said we are here for him if he wants us. But that's probably the extent of the information that I can really say. And then when it comes to strike updates 2023 leading into 2024, probably eventually, I still don't have any news. It doesn't seem like there's been any developments worth talking about. Other than Broadway might go on strike and video games might go on strike and
gosh.
Well,
because because
Because
all areas of creativeness are pissed about the AI nonsense.
well, it's not even that. It's also pay scales as well. Because it's very
Mhm.
much in favor of just a few people at the top, and everybody else gets the rest. And it's not fair. It's not fair with the amount of money that's being generated in entertainment for it to be hoarded by just a few people at the top. And
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, when it comes to people at the top, I kind of understand to a certain degree about money and finance. You've got to be able to find finance your projects you are in development of. But are you talking about like these? These are the paychecks these folks are getting, or you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, the paychecks are not as big as they should be.
No,
Yeah, and
but I
that's pretty
wonder.
much what it comes down to.
But I wonder if some of that money is being reinvested, or is it just going into someone's bank
I
account?
mean, some of it is being reinvested. So, they make a movie. It costs $250 million to make a movie, which is way too much money. And
Yeah,
that's
it
a
is.
big problem as well when it comes to the industry, is the amount of money that a movie has to make in order to be profitable is astronomical now.
It's got to be a
It's
blockbuster.
got to be the biggest blockbuster of the year, really, in order to make the original investment back.
Yeah.
But when you do, it's hand over fist money, and that's just
Mhm.
money, ticket sales, and that's not to mention merchandise tie-ins and toys and promotion and
Mhm.
special Taco Bell tacos and all kinds of different stuff,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
help the money train for this stuff. So money comes in. Um, Executives makes just an effing mess ton. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise will make an effing mess ton, and everybody else will
Mhm.
make enough money to live for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's not an even distribution,
Hmm.
and not a fair distribution. It doesn't even have to be like everybody makes 5%. That's ridiculous. Some people should make more. Depending on just any number of different factors. Just like in any industry, in any employment, in any job, there's a
Hmm.
hierarchy. I don't think anybody expects that to go away.
No,
But yeah,
of
it
course
really
not.
is. It's job security for the future, making sure we're not going to get replaced by robots, and
Hmm.
then also trying to get more of that pie, because when it comes down to it, you don't need $50 million every month. You really
No,
don't. No one person, no
no,
one family needs that much money. Um,
no,
you know, but it's not for me to say how much money somebody should have. So,
no, not that either, huh?
right. Well, Melissa says she's on strike at her house, and I remember you doing that plenty of times. So,
I went on a strike a few times.
yeah, yep.
I did.
Oh, but she lives alone though, so probably
You're striking against yourself.
she's striking against her dogs. She says they're greedy. But Daisy, yeah, every industry is looking to strike. It's because it's been imbalanced for a little while, and when you come down to it, the people who are leading the charge are the people that are my age, and we're the ones that have really kind of hit the wall quite a bit,
Hmm.
when it comes to prosperity and prospects and just ability to find the same comfort that most families have. It's been very
Sure.
challenging. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get why all these industries would be linking together, is because there has been a big change. So
Yep.
I'm with it.
Yep.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I mean,
Melissa's
you got folks that you could recognize. You've got folks out there in the LA area that you recognize from programming, whatever you might see, and you know they might be your server on Saturday and Sunday,
be driving your Uber.
or driving your Uber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely,
You don't know.
because yeah,
Yeah. It's
life is
totally true.
expensive.
And then you also have actors too who are just constantly working. But when you are constantly working as like a guest star, a day player, oh man, I've seen this person on everything,
Hmm.
but they've never been the star of anything.
Hmm.
Like those are the people that are just the upper middle class of acting. They're making enough to be comfortable and a little profit. But
Hmm.
you're not looking at these people who are just buku millionaires. And
Right.
so the strike has been going on for so long that it's actually been pretty difficult for people.
Yeah, it's been a while now. They went on strike in May.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the millionaires out there have been donating to charitable causes that are supporting some of these out of work people.
Hmm.
Unemployment is still something that they can get made, gig work, all that kind of stuff. But
I saw a TikTok recently, and it's just this regular gal on TikTok. Her name is Joe. She's a teacher, and I saw her. She had been down on the picket line with some actors, and she had Vanessa Marcel in the car with her, also
oh,
known as Brenda Barrett.
yes.
Um, and they were just talking and stuff, and it was pretty cool.
Hmm. Oh, that's
Pretty
neat.
cool. Just being ordinary,
Yeah,
just being
because
ordinary.
they are ordinary. They're just regular people. You know,
Yeah.
it's the ones that have made millions of dollars every movie for the last
Hmm.
25 years that are going to be like the most not down to earth. Or
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I made a little comment. I said, Vanessa, run back to General Hospital. Someone needs to save Sonny from Nina.
and then take them away, make them leave town.
I think Brenda might be able to steal him
Oh,
from
definitely. That's
Nina.
that's definitely Sonny's biggest love of his entire life.
Well,
Melissa,
she's at least tied with she's at least tied with Carly.
yeah. Melissa says that Lana Del Rey, the singer, was working at a Alabama Waffle House last month as a server while also doing concerts.
There you go.
There you go. That means it. That means it. Yeah. It takes a lot of Spotify clicks to make money off of the songs. A lot of them. A lot of them. But
Yep.
anyway, we can get out of the real world. That's your strike update.
Your strike update.
See, there we go. Krista trying to get us on track as well. I'll just read what Krista has to say, and we can riff off of that. How about that?
Okay.
You ready, Krista?
Yep.
Here's Krista's contribution to the show. Everybody, common sense goes out the window when obsession begins. This is the situation with Molly. She's become obsessive and insanely jealous, especially of Christina. It it would be this way with Haley Poulos. Okay, so just saying that they didn't change the character of Molly, even though they've changed the actress. This is something that they would have played with
I
Haley Poulos
agree.
in the role.
What do you think of that? You agree?
Yeah, I think that this is the story as intended. I think that they
Yeah.
intended to replace Christina and had to replace Molly, and then moved on without changing a thing.
Yeah. But they did change Christina's beats a little bit.
I mean, Christina as a character, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but that stuff was decided a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like this story and this recasting and the moving forward with this. This isn't something that 8 weeks ago they're like, you know what we should do? We should replace
Right.
replace Lexi with Kate, and then have a surrogacy story and have Molly and Christina not get along during the entire thing. Let's do that. Somebody write that. This is something that they talked about I hope 6 months ago. And definitely
Yeah.
something they talked about before the strike began.
Yeah. I agree.
All of this
I
stuff.
agree.
Just that's come out. Hey, Liz.
I kind of I don't know how. I guess don't really want this to happen, but I've heard that the rumor mill is that perhaps Molly won't be around long.
I don't know. I know that the actress has not been well received.
No, she hasn't. Not really.
No.
Not really. She's for me. She's just too whiny. She's just too
She is.
damn
It's a
whiny.
whiny performance. That's true.
That's what's. She's like I don't know. She's like a 7-year-old that's not getting another piece of candy.
Is Molly going to die? I don't think so, Carolyn. No, I don't think Molly's going to
That's a rumor I
die.
heard too, Carolyn.
Really? You heard that Molly might die, huh? You think that
That's
they're
what I
like,
heard,
oh,
that
this didn't
Molly
work. We
might
just need to kill
die.
off the character.
I don't
Interesting.
think that's necessarily
Interesting.
that needs to be. That needs to be, but um, I don't know. And so the surrogate already was at the hospital and already went through. We'll find out in 2 or 3 days, or would they say 2 or 3 weeks? 2 or 3 days. They said that we'll find out if in fact the procedure worked, and she is in
Mm-hmm.
fact pregnant.
Yeah. 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 Um. Well, that would
Be
be
able to
good.
work in that surrogate too, that have a change of heart.
Let's just, we can still do the surrogacy thing. Let's just spin it in a different direction other than what was clearly the intended conflict between Christina and Molly. Now the conflict can be, Christina and Molly finding sisterhood in unifying against whatever the surrogate is bringing. Maybe the surrogate is going to hold the baby,
Because
the infant hostage, the baby, the little bean baby. You know what I'm talking about, when they're the size of a lima bean. One of those. The
yeah.
embryo. Maybe she's gonna hold it hostage. Be like, you have to give me $75,000 a day.
Well, the reason why I
I'm gonna
say
eat
that is
chocolate.
because they've mentioned so many times that the surrogate has a family already.
Mm-hmm.
Has a
That
child
she's got
already.
kids.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa said that she thinks that the surrogate is gonna be like, I can't give you this baby. I love it like my own kid.
That's that I agree with you because they've just mentioned too many times that she's a mother already.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, there we go. Maybe that's the direction they're going in then.
Maybe.
Because we got Christina's charity as a go as of 2 weeks ago. We talked about that, so we can move her into those stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surrogate might try to break up TJ and Molly so she can hand that rocks the cradle the situation.
That would be delicious.
Ooh, who would they cast as this person?
Well, you know what we said about last week? We said about last week, we said that if someone like is just somewhat of an ordinary looking person, that they might not be on the canvas for long.
Right.
But if he is a day player, but they're good looking, they might be around longer. Well, the surrogate lady is not, she's pretty attractive.
Well, maybe she's in for the long haul then.
Maybe something's going to happen with that. I think that would, the kind of hand that rocks the cradle thing. Oh, that would be kind of fun.
I'm going to have to look up the reference. I know the title, but I don't really know the story of the hand that rocks the cradle.
Well, it's the nanny that just wants to take over the mama's role.
Oh, I see. I think Molly herself is going to snap like her father Rick in her Cassadine roots, says Krista. I don't know. That would be certainly a turn I don't see coming. Just the stress of life snaps Molly. Pushes TJ off a balcony.
I actually would love to see Rick come back.
Yeah, you like Rick?
I always liked Rick,
It's his relationship
he was a mess. He was a mess, but I of course I didn't like some of the things he did, but I thought he was, and I love the antagonistic relationship he had with Sonny all the time.
Yeah.
Because that awful Deke is Rick's dad.
Right.
That awful Deke is Rick's dad, and not Mike, like Sonny.
Right. Terrible. Not good. Lansings. Ugh. They're the worst. Molly is going to lock the surrogate into a Rick room, says Melissa.
That would be.
That's a panic room, right?
That would be funny too. That'd be hilarious because whiny Molly's going to do that.
Yeah. She's just out there going, "You need to eat your vegetables. Come on. Well, why aren't you doing it?" No, Trevor Lansing is Rick's dad, says Chandra. With heaping attitude. I can just tell that Chandra was just leaning in deep and saying, no. No, that's not Chandra's style. I'm kidding.
No, not at all.
Totally joking.
Okay.
Deke
I guess
was the cop who married Sonny's mom.
Yes, Deke is the one that abused the crap out of Sonny.
But I guess he's not Rick's dad.
Oh, I thought he was.
Nope, Trevor Lansing is. I don't know who Trevor Lansing is, nor do I know who played him. But he is Rick's dad, which would make him Molly's grandpa.
Yes. Molly's grandpa.
Excuse me.
That stinking cough again,
I know. It just comes up. Just comes up. Said so on days I hope I'm not fighting something off. But if I am fighting something off, I hope I win quickly.
You not feel good too?
I feel fine. I'm just, I sneezed a little bit and I've been coughing a little more than usual on the podcast arena. On the Potteroonie that we're doing.
Not feeling tired or anything like that?
Not currently.
Okay, well then you're probably fine, babe.
I sure I am. I've had a bit, I've been, let me knock on this thing right here, right now, because I do have a wooden desk. Since 2019 shutdown,
Yeah.
I have not had the sniffles. I have not had a cough. I have not had an itchy eye. I have not had a sore throat. It has been close to 4 years since I have been
I know.
ill.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And your brother got COVID right now for the 3rd time.
Well, I really hope that they just continue to have easy, manageable cases, because there are certainly people out there that, like Holly, like as much as people would love to see Holly back full-time on GH, as much as she would love to be back full-time on GH, she simply can't. Even if she moved all the way back to the United States to dedicate herself full-time to the show, she does not have the ability to do anything more than she has been.
I believe that long COVID has done some permanent damage to her lungs.
It really seems to be the case. It really seems to be the case. And when we were, as Fido was telling us, just getting through the scenes that she did do was a massive amount of effort for her.
Yeah, she must have had to really push.
She had to really push, and there was just a lot of just being done and sitting. It's very difficult for her to get through. And so the fact that she came and she dedicated that time for the show to bring Holly back and to be a part of this adventure is a gift that she gave to GH and to her fans. And so hopefully everybody appreciates it. We got a fun fire stunt out of it that she didn't do, of course, but got a fun fire stunt out of it.
I loved Holly at the end there where she, she kisses Robert goodbye, and then she, with the necklace in her pocket. Yes, this thing.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. Trevor Lansing was Zachariah's lawyer. I don't know who Zachariah is either. Sonny's mom was Trevor's housekeeper, I think. Says Jeannie. I wonder if the surrogate is already pregnant by her husband. Interesting, Jeannie. Interesting.
Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I would think that the doctors might know. Wouldn't they run the test or something before trying to implant? You would think
that they would run a pregnancy test, before they tried to get her pregnant.
Yeah, we'll see. But because it's a sideways soap reality, so who knows what went down.
Sometimes in the medical field in General Hospital, they don't have it any more together than they do at the police office.
Nah, they kind of overlook stuff. You don't really need to be very good at your job to have one.
Not in Port Charles.
Melissa contributes, he kicked out Sonny's mom when she was pregnant with Rick and kept the baby because Sonny threw her down the stairs fighting. Oh my God. And wanted her to choose between Sonny and them. Sonny has done some bad things in his life.
He sure has.
Hey, Dan.
He sure has.
Oh, goodness gracious. Claudia and Johnny's father's lawyer. Oh, goodness gracious. I guess Rick was the Zakara lawyer. I don't know. Whatever. We're getting lost in yesteryear.
I don't know why. Why do you guys remember stuff so much better than I do? I don't get it.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
Maybe they've just been far more, because we've always been entertained and not like supremely emotionally invested. And there's some emotional investment out there that has lasted decades. Like deep, like connection to the actors and learning all about them and watching their interviews and being incredibly invested in their careers and finding themselves in these relationships and all sorts of wonderful things that can come from interacting with soaps for a long period of time. I don't think that we never really achieved that level of commitment and dedication to the actors while we were watching it, or the characters. That we had favorites. We had ones that we liked. Yeah, but I wasn't following everything that David Canary was up to.
No. And back in the day, soap operas were watched differently too, especially if you happened to be home during the day. Like, some of the time that I was, because I worked these weirdo shifts my whole life, where it's gone only on the weekends and stuff like that. Where you used to put it on I think a lot of households, you put it on a channel, you leave it on a channel all day long.
Yeah.
And part of the time you were doing your own thing, and you were kind of listening to it, then watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You get up and you put another load in the wash, and
You come back, watch a little bit of it. The commercial starts. You get up and start to vacuum.
Yeah. And also now, you have a lot of homes are built with where you have a great room or a living room, whatever, adjacent to the kitchen. Whereas before, you have an older home, you didn't see the TV from the kitchen.
No.
No.
So it's just kind of an audio visual.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was on, and if depending on what station you're watching, you might have soap operas on anywhere from 3 to 5 hours in a continuous stretch.
Right, and I mean that's the watching habits of a number of people. But then you also had people like my grandma who wasn't up to all of that household stuff during the day, who would just park and watch.
Yeah.
And so I bet that led, at least at the time, lent to a lot of really strong memories of what all of these characters were up to, who definitely were her favorite ones were, and the ones she just didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Melissa would VCR pre-record the entire week and then watch it over the weekend. She binged herself. She invented her own streaming service through VHS tapes.
Sure did. Sure did.
Oh, Dan's first comment. Thank you very much for contributing this week, Dan. Come on back. Let us know what you think. Let me read it because it's his first one. Let me scroll up some. The new Davis sisters are so much better. They act like women and not young ladies trying to act older, in my honest opinion. And that's something that we talked about a few weeks ago when the recastings originally happened. Was it seems like they kind of sorted up.
Yes,
in adults,
especially Christina.
Yeah.
Not so much Molly.
Yeah, you're still feeling a lot of youngness.
I'm still seeing a lot of, life's not fair.
she's regressed, is what she's done. Well, maybe she will just die. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Chandra had an ABC daytime household. That's good.
That's good. So did I.
Most of the soap watching in my school. Daisy did most of her soap watching during her school period, so she got and stuff. Anyway, VCRs, all kinds of different ways to watch way back when. So you could be invested, so you could watch, without being distracted with anything else that's going on.
I was being distracted often.
Yeah. Well, we're kids, all kinds of different stuff going on in school, and concerts to go to, and homework to do, and just rides to go down Fremont Boulevard, all kinds of different stuff.
Yep, all that.
Anyway, back to the show, right?
Right.
Let's see. The poll was: do you think that Portia? Let's see. Let me read it correctly. Was Portia right to criticize Anna? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought so.
You agree with 32%. 32% say yes. 68% say no.
And only the reason why I think so is I think Portia was correct this time. And I don't necessarily think Portia's correct all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought she was correct this time because she did follow her out. I'll walk you out. I knew when she walked her out, Portia's I'm gonna give her a piece of her mind when they get outside. Yeah. She's gonna tell her off. And she did. But she didn't tell her off in a crappy way, really. She kind of told her off more in a protective way, but she was right. Mm-hmm. She was right. There is a very good chance that Curtis got shot because of Anna being there. Right?
Yeah.
And if Anna already felt like, even though she was kind of like sticking her head in the sand a little bit, Anna already knew that somebody had an agenda for her. Somebody was doing something. She already knew that. So, no, she shouldn't have been out in an open environment, especially sitting with a thug called Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
And in an open environment where something like that could possibly happen, where someone is retaliating against her, that she shouldn't have been out there. So I understand that.
Yeah.
I do. I understand that. Now, Curtis was way more understanding.
Right.
And I understand him too, because he said it himself. I have done things and I have put myself in situations where maybe somebody else might have been a casualty,
Mm-hmm.
or someone else might have been hurt in some way or affected in some way. So he was kind of like saying, I'm no better than you. This could have happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have been the reason why someone else is in my predicament.
Mm-hmm.
So he was way more
He was
understanding.
able to relate.
He could relate. Where Portia was just being, look at our situation. Look at our situation. Look at the situation my husband is in, and you could very well be a big part of the reason why. Why are you here? I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Right.
Why are you here?
Well, Curtis seemed to
Chatting
be
it up with
okay
him.
with it.
Keep your ass on your own side of town.
Yeah. 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 Well, Curtis seemed
That's
fine.
what I've said too.
No. Well, I'm not okay with it. I'm upset with it. Curtis can be fine all day, but this is also my house. And I don't want you here because you got my husband shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's good. It's classic soapness. It's classic soapness. We really haven't seen a character kind of drag another character like that on GH in a while. Unless it's Nina and Carly with their sniping.
Right.
But it's sniping. It's not a dress down of reality. Of you did this,
and that's what
and
Portia gave her.
These are the real ramifications in my life, and I don't want you in it anymore. You need to leave. Crazy person with too many enemies.
Yeah.
And just Portia too has had such a tough year. With the parentage coming out and the wedding kind of being complicated and of
course Curtis rejected her for a good spell of time, which he had a right to do. No, right. Portia was wrong about what she did. Is Portia, I understand, we've talked about this in the past. I understand why she didn't necessarily tell Curtis and Trina right away, because like we know, Curtis was a mess for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't introduced to the character yet, but he was a dope fiend.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't necessarily feel like, what is he going to bring to you if you do find out he's your father? What's he going to bring to your life when you have an endearing, loving father already?
Right.
And Taggart. What was the reason? But when he showed back up in town, whole and okay, she should have bucked up and told the truth when Curtis showed back up in town. But that's not good soap opera telling.
Too much time had passed.
That's,
at this point. What am I going to do? Mess up this great relationship that Trina has with Taggart.
Mm-hmm. I want Taggart. Actually, Trina brought up Taggart this week a little bit.
Yeah.
She did mention him. And she said something about my dad and then said Taggart.
Mm-hmm.
To clarify who she was talking about.
It's so funny that everybody refers to him with his last name.
Well, pretty much the whole show. His name is
been Marcus, except for doesn't Stella refer to him as Marcus? I don't know. Maybe it's a different Marcus.
Might be a different Marcus.
Maybe. Or no, it's Portia who calls him Marcus.
Oh yeah, I guess
she kind of blends between the two of them, I guess, depending on who she's talking to.
Does
because it would make sense that she would know him as Marcus, not Taggart.
Well, yeah,
she was potentially Portia Taggart, right?
I mean, I've never called your dad by his last name, like we're, compadres or, co-workers.
Right, I get that. But Perry Von Vicious, who I had on the channel recently. You okay, Ma?
I need to turn the fan on under me.
I see.
Over me because I'm just feeling like I'm going to sweat myself out.
I see.
So I needed to get up and turn the fan on over my head.
Got it. She's okay, folks.
And you guys saw me hobbling. My foot's not all the way better.
She'll be all right, though.
And it will be all right. So, yeah, I understand why Portia went outside and told Anna off.
Yeah.
And Anna, I think Anna took the licking like she should have.
I mean, she was hurt by it. So the Twitter reaction was like, very like, how dare she say that to Anna? She's our perfect queen. Portia shouldn't throw stones in glass houses and yada yada, so on and so forth.
Well, like I said, Portia has very often been incorrect by the way she's reacted to things and the things she's said. But in this instance, I think she, Anna does dumb things too. She go running in the night by herself.
Mm-hmm.
stupid already.
Yeah. Melissa understands that you wouldn't call your husband by your shared last name. But what I was saying was Perry Von Vicious, who was on the channel a couple of weeks ago, I did wrestling with him, good friend of mine. His wife calls him Grammy, which is a nickname based off of his last name. But she's married to him.
Yeah, but it's not just his last name,
Right.
though.
But she has that last name now, though.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's more of a little pet name, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got Melissa says, "Love the dress, Mama Cat." Chandra says, "Tell Mama her dress is cute."
Oh, thank you.
And Jeannie wants to know what you did to your foot. She just took a tumble. My mom likes to fall down. That's all. She's fine.
I'll tell you what happened. I fell with 100% of my weight on my foot because I got dehydrated and did not know, and I passed out. I kind of like blacked out. I never really lost consciousness and was like, oh, no one was like, saying, wake up. None of them like that happened.
She just momentarily lost it and fell down.
Yeah, and I landed on my foot, and it's not fractured, but it is deeply bruised. It's getting better.
The character Matt is taking a break for a couple of weeks, says Brooklyn. I don't know who you're referring to. I don't know
The character Matt.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me know. If you're trying to get my attention and saying the character, Matt, let me know. Do you mean Mack? Oh yes, Mack. Yes, Mack would. Yes, Mack is taking a couple of weeks off.
I've actually seen both that, and I didn't believe one of them, that John J. York's, right?
Yeah, John J. York's going to take some time off.
I heard he was leaving, but I don't believe that.
No, he's not leaving. He's taking some time off. He said he's waiting to get some information, but that was the only thing that he shared.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's like.
I think he was being vague on purpose.
Yeah. Hopefully it's like good, like fun, like I'm going somewhere, I'm doing something, I've been cast in this thing type of information. That's what I'm hoping for.
I wanted Mack to be part of the rescue of Cody and Sasha. And I did him. I want him to be part of that rescue, and
he could still play a part. This stuff was filmed.
I wanted he and his son to like work together, and then at the end of the old caper, Cody tells him the truth.
Okay. So you wanted him to be more involved up to this point.
I wanted him to be part of the getting Sasha out of there.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll be a part of safely getting her back to where she belongs.
Yeah.
Instead of taking Sasha straight to General Hospital, maybe he's going to take him to Mack's house, knock on the door and be like, I need your help.
Oh, he needs to take her to some kind of safe house somewhere and hide her. And let her go through a detox.
Yeah. So she can have crystal clear recollection.
Yes. And man, I was disappointed. I was disappointed a little bit because, I like people getting what's coming to them. I only got to see Cody pop that doctor one time.
You fell down and you wanted him just to continue to wail on the guy.
I wanted to see him at least like give him a two, like a combination, like a pow pow. I wanted at least a combination. And then I wanted to see him hog tie him. I wanted to see that too. And then steal his pants. I wanted to see that too.
Well, everybody's relating to your painful injury. While they aren't talking about ankle injuries, they are talking about tailbone injuries, which seems to have been shared by a number of people in the chat over the lifetimes.
I tell you what, a tailbone, I've had that too before.
Well, there you go. Everybody's hurting their tailbone.
Like a sucker. Hurts so bad.
For weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah. And how can you not sit on your tuchus?
You need a donut.
So I'm so grateful though that Sasha's finally out of there.
Yes, finally. No more needles.
And finally Cody said, hey, you did this and this and this.
Put it all together. You and Gladys.
All together. Yeah. And Selena Wu and the card game and all
This,
that.
that, and the other thing. And bam.
Mm-hmm.
Got him
Yeah,
out of
just
there stuff. But then,
nice combination would have been good though, like bam, bam. And it would have been better too if when we saw him hogtied laying there, that he had been bleeding or something, like a big old busted up lip or something. I don't like that. I,
yeah, I
you
know
guys,
you like the
what's
violence. You
wrong
love
with
the
me?
violence.
I like some soap opera violence.
You
I
know,
just do.
you do. You like a good fight. I remember when you discovered YouTube, you watched a bunch of like schoolyard fights. So yeah, that's just what you like.
I did. It was ridiculous.
uh, Chandra says she found it strange that Sasha's room had a phone in it.
Oh, see that it
I didn't even notice.
did. It did. Like an old traditional phone,
Yeah,
huh?
I didn't even ever think about it.
I didn't
Carolyn
think
was
about it
hoping
either.
that Cody would use this syringe on Dr. Montague.
That's what I was hoping
Yeah,
too.
that's what Sasha needs to do.
Oh,
So they escape, but according to the law, the records, the recommendations from psychologists who are still trusted by authority out there, these are two escaped mental patients.
yes, they are.
And they can't
That's why
necessarily,
they need to hide.
yeah, they can't
Why
necessarily
they
just
need to
run
go to a safe
somewhere
house.
and be like, okay, here's the truth of what went on, because nobody's going to believe them.
I think that Cody and Sasha should be in some kind of safe house, and Sasha's going to recover there, and detox there, and be just as strong as she was, and at the same time, her and Cody will really fall
We'll have another Titanic scene.
in love.
Do you think Sasha and Cody will remain out of Ferncliff or be forced to go back? Asked Krista. I don't know. I feel like maybe they'll be forced to go back. So then we can get Mack involved.
Yeah. Well, what I do know is I am not interested in seeing Sasha drugged out of her mind anymore.
No, we can be done with that. We can leave that far behind.
We can be done with that.
We can move forward with the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But speaking of fights, though, speaking of fights, this is the fight that the audience, that the chat is looking forward to.
What's that?
When Trina and Esme finally do get out.
Oh yeah. And I could see just Trina whipping her ass good. You know that long little hair of hers? You can wrap that around a little bit.
That's exactly what she said. I can't wait to see Trina swing Esme by the ponytail. You all think alike.
I saw a little video earlier today at Tabiana. I don't know where she was, but she was dancing. My goodness, that girl can dance. Awesome. You know that little scene that we saw of her at the Savoy dancing that one time?
Mm-hmm.
The video I saw of her earlier today at Tabiana dancing?
Mm-hmm.
That sounded scene at the Savoy. She just warming up just a tiny bit.
Oh, yeah,
the girl can dance.
She's a dancer. Well. She's a very good dancer.
She's a dancer.
Yeah. Dancer, author, actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she sings. She might. I don't know. I mean, she sang at the nurses' ball.
She did sing a little bit at the nurses' ball.
Also, somebody that dedicates her time to charity as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's involved in the Saving Our Daughters charity, where she is a celebrity big sister, essentially. And a mentor to people out there. And
that's cool.
It's a way for celebrities to kind of like. I mean, I'm not probably being exact with the comparison, so forgive me on that. But it's like a Big Brothers Big Sisters type of, or just Big Sisters type of thing. It's very female, girls of color oriented charity, where you get celebrity mentors that are invested in your life and become your friend and.
Yeah, you do things together. Yeah. That's awesome.
So she's involved in that. There's going to be some ABC specials on in local markets. So check your local listings for it. I can't guarantee it's going to be on in your area. It seems to be a pretty limited thing. But she's going to be involved in some TV broadcasts about it.
I think being in the area that we're in, we'll probably see them.
I mean, I probably would in my market.
Yeah, I think I would too, actually.
So I don't know. So
Well,
check your
maybe not, though.
ADP
My
affiliate.
market's not San Francisco. My market is Sacramento feed,
Yeah.
and there is a big difference.
Yeah, so I don't know. Check your local affiliates to see if there's anything about Saving Our Daughters or Saving Our Cinderellas. Is our offshoot, which is really heavily run by or heavily helped out with by Kiki Palmer. Contributes a lot to it as well.
Oh,
So yeah, and so there's a number of ABC stars that are involved in these specials. It's Tabiana Ali, and then some people from some Disney Plus shows, like somebody from the Mighty Ducks show is doing it. And then one other person, I wrote the article and I still don't recall who they all are. But hey, that's a writer's life, right? I know it when I'm writing it.
Yep.
Hey,
you don't retain those. You don't retain what you've written any more than what you watched.
No, it's just I'm really not looking forward to being 75 because I'm going to be like, what's today? Who are you? Ava and Trina can tag team on Esme. Ava, come on. No, she's too old for that.
Oh, well, that makes me think of, like, I've seen some videos of stuff like where a little teenage girl gets in the car and their mom or older sister is like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, these girls over there, they're bothering me. Well, how old are they? They're 14. And mom or sister undoes her seatbelt and goes, oh, today I'm 14. But no, I don't see Abe doing that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. Oh goodness. Look to see all three Snatcher. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Jocelyn. Oh my God. And Jocelyn. Oh.
Well, Jocelyn would be the one more likely to do that.
At a certain point, you're just jumping somebody, and is that okay?
That's true, huh? At some point, it's just like a bunch of girls jumping. Yeah.
Matt, it starts at 60 for oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. I don't know. I gotta do some mental exercises now. Start doing some Sudoku. Or just, watch with more attention. That's probably the main thing, because I'm not watching with full attention often. So Cody and Sasha escaped, all that kind of stuff. You know what we can talk about next? We can talk about the beautiful and glamorous Ned Quartermain.
I have to say that I think Wally must be having a good time with this. He must be having a good time.
So.
Yeah. At first, when he popped off as Eddie Maine, I thought this is a little bit lame, but it's grown on me a lot, and that just the Olivia and Eddie thing is very fun to watch.
Yeah.
And with him at the recording studio this week with Leo, and I forgot the young man's name that's playing Leo, but he's knocking it out of the park.
Easton Rocket Sueda.
Yeah, there you go. He is. He's doing well. He's doing well. I liked it. And I wonder, so Fido, if you're out there,
hey, Fido.
The other two folks in the recording studio, are they part of your band or your
They seemed like legitimate, like professionals who worked in the space that they rented for the scene, right?
Yeah,
because they didn't come off as actors. They came off as like music industry people. They
came off as music engineers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. I think that the person who was the lady, I thought that she had a little more charisma. But you could see that neither one of them, at least when we were talking about when it came to the obvious like day player versus long-term character, we definitely came off on the more day player side of things.
Yeah. And they just seemed like they were really in music. Like, they were.
I like little Leo's questions too, like, hey, do all these buttons do something? And like I'm watching this thing and I'm like, well, of course every single button has a different function, kid. But I don't know. It's just a cute moment. And then the song itself, which was written by Fido Xavier.
Yes.
So kudos to Fido.
Yeah, Fido, that song is good. I really, 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 really liked it. From the very first chord I heard, I really like it. And I can't wait. And I know you've written it already. I cannot wait to hear that last verse because that is going to be the floodgates of Eddie realizing who he is. Well, I think it's going to be where Eddie and Ned
meet.
And I don't think after this, if I were writing it after this, Ned would not be the same anymore. Ned would be more playful.
Kind of back more. So I think that there's been, Ned has been uneven the last several years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we were first starting doing the podcast or first starting watching together, or one of those two things, that he was talking to Olivia about a hostile takeover, taking EOQ away from Michael,
Mm-hmm.
and then that went away when he became mayor,
Right.
So, complete different change in direction, but they were like villainous, but then not. And then he cheats on Olivia, right?
Yeah, with Alexis.
With Alexis. It's just been a weird Ned time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a weird Ned time. And so
Mm-hmm.
if they were to blend to the characters, if they were to bring a little more levity to Ned Quartermaine because he can't shake that last bit of Eddie off of him, I think that would put him back to what we're used to seeing from Ned from like the 90s.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
he's not trying to be Edward.
Right. Because that is what we've seen. It's kind of like Ned is being Edward.
The CEO and the family and the business and and that wasn't
You know
really
how
who Ned was before.
You know how I said before? You know how I said before I really would like this to happen. I want him to come back, know who he is, no more amnesia, but his first name is now Eddie. Eddie Quartermaine.
Eddie Quartermaine. Hey, I'm Eddie. Haha. Ned needed a makeover, says Chandra.
I agree. Yeah. But man, the song is so good. I cannot wait for that last verse, for him to sing that last verse. And the light's going to go, everything is going to come back to him. And man, Lisa Little, you're doing a good job, girl. That you can really see that, the compassion and the love she has for Ned. Just when she watches him. And you can actually see that in Ned's face now, too. He's fallen for her.
Oh, yes, he likes her. He's singing about her.
Yeah.
Doesn't even realize it, and he sings about her.
Yeah, he's not. Yes, exactly.
He's really,
that's going to be part of the deliciousness of that last verse.
Yeah.
He's going to realize that the Simon is her. He's been
singing about her.
He's been singing about her the entire time.
He's got a nice little relationship developing with Leo as well.
Yes.
Yes. It's wonderful to see them falling for one another.
This is another thing I would like to see. And this is a different character, but I would like to, because this doesn't really make a lot of sense. Ava should have some interest in Leo.
They have erased Julian as Leo's dad.
They have.
Yeah.
They really have. But Ava should have some interest in Leo because that's the only part of her brother she has left is Leo.
Not if Julian ain't his daddy no more. I mean, he is, and he's never not going to be Leo's dad.
Yeah.
But Sam isn't like, hey, little bro.
Nope.
He's Ned's kid. He's Ned and Olivia's kid.
Yeah, he is Brooklyn's little brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So forget about all that. Don't worry about it. Don't say why doesn't Ava, because they have made it so effectively. Julian Jerome is not that kid's father.
And they never put the two of them in a scene ever either, where she might say, "Hey, nephew, how you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Nope.
Never.
And then they've also sort of, to a degree, have very much distanced the relationship that Dante and Christina have with each other. The familial ties. Because he always refers to Christina as Sam's sister. Your sister, Christina, never our sister.
Yeah. No.
Now that's for just making it easy to watch without being distracted by.
It is convoluted.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they were to say our sister, then that raises a lot of questions in like the audience's mind when they're watching. It's our sister. What does that make you, brother and sister? It's a distracting statement.
Naked?
It's a distracting statement. So,
yeah.
you know, like I said, when they first started getting together, the show either needed to address it or stay away from it. And the show has decided to stay as far away from it as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam and Dante are got trouble coming down the road because, that dang Lulu's going to wake up.
Oh, they put M. Ryland on the cover of a soap opera digest recently. Like it's heating up.
Yeah.
Whether or not it'll be her, I don't know. But, when it comes to the character of Lulu, seems to be coming sooner than later. Maybe Lulu's going to be who wakes up at the time that Laura comes back. We're just going to have a massive Laura Kids reunion. We're going to recast Lucky.
I'd be okay with me. I'd rather have Jonathan Jackson back, but a recast would be fine with me.
Nicholas, Lulu, and Lucky all back in town.
Yeah, I need some Spencers.
Well, yeah, and then we just Laura's just got a huge family at that point. She's got 2 brothers. All her kids are back in town. Leslie's still around. They can do phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to hear Monica's voice a couple of weeks ago.
I was surprised.
However, we can have Leslie Charleston continue to contribute. I don't know what the story is, but clearly she can't get to set.
No, doesn't seem like it, huh?
Yeah. So.
Didn't seem like it.
So it was nice.
Did you notice this week how many times they used the outside, Matt? They used the outside a lot this week.
They did.
We saw people on that walkway that we walk up to.
They've been using that walkway often.
They've been using that walkway a lot. Yeah. And then you could even see like that break room for Grey's Anatomy. You could even see that at one point too.
Well,
they had that not obscure. You could see into it a little bit.
That's the public Pentonville meeting area. Where you're not behind the glass. It's when everybody's in the group. It's that little break area. Yeah. I like it. I'm with it. I'm happy that they are able to get out there a little bit. You can see, just when it comes to set and stage design, you can see how Pentonville and Ferncliff use the same setting. They use the same backdrops.
You know what I think would be kind of have fun to have on the show? Matt. Set dude Matt.
Oh, me. Oh, him.
Don't you think?
Him on the show?
On our show? I'd be
have him on our show. Yeah. Find out a way to contact him. We'll do it.
Matt the set dude.
Reach out to him next time we do a set tour. Like, hey, you want to be on the podcast? Send you our email. Matt, set guy, if you're watching. Fido, tell Matt.
Yeah, Fido, if you're watching.
Jonathan Jackson lives in Ireland. Yeah, he's not coming back. We know that. Kim Nero's baby as well. Well, Kim Nero and that baby are probably never going to be seen again.
I don't think so either.
There's no ties to Kim Nero anymore other than being Oscar's mom. Drew's around, but Oscar's dead. So.
Mm-hmm. And the baby's Franco's, right?
No, the baby is Julian's. Because when he was stumbling through New York, he passed by to go visit Kim, ran into the nanny, and then afterward the nanny called Kim and said, the baby's dad came by.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that now. Yeah. Yeah, there really isn't a reason to bring her back, is it?
None whatsoever.
She's running around with Jason on Days of Our Lives, right?
Yeah, she's being Ava Vitale right now anyway. She's having way more fun than being Kim Nero. Way more fun. Dante's like any father when the kid is bad, it's your son. When it's good, it's mine. Your sister, my sister. Christine's being bad, so she's your sister right now, not mine.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Oh, goodness gracious. He is never coming back, says Daisy. Probably not. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of show left, and there's a lot of life for Jonathan Jackson to live, and a lot of money he probably would like to make someday.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, lucky the character's in Ireland, but Jonathan, I think, is in Nashville. Doesn't he live in Nashville?
I mean, he's definitely a musician.
Mm-hmm.
He does his band stuff more than anything else now.
Nashville's on my bucket list someday. And it would be great if he was doing something. If he had a gig when I was there, I could go see Jonathan Jackson.
Jonathan Jackson live in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness gracious. Melissa says she doesn't need to see Monica if she's ill, but just the voice is fine.
I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. So it's nice to see all around 52 Dex. Dex is a
I
dummy.
wonder when they're
Dex is
going to
a
do
dummy.
their tribute for Bobby.
When the writers come back.
Yeah, my gosh, they've been gone for so long already.
I mean, they might be forced to at some point.
They might.
You know.
If enough time goes by, they kind of have to,
Yeah.
in a way. And they mentioned her this week where they mentioned again that Bobby sold Kelly's to Carly for $1.
It was nice of her, wasn't it? But that was all planned on before Jackie had passed, according to
Yes.
Carla, to Laura Wright.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
That was already story written. Yeah, but I'm sure that Bobby would have had some scenes with her and actually like given it to her and the whole
for
dollar
sure.
thing.
For
That would have
sure.
been scenes.
For sure.
Yeah, the storyline was already written.
I bet they had pages written for it.
I'm sure they did too.
That's a bummer. But Dex is a dummy.
Yeah, what's wrong with Dex?
So a couple of things. Either Dex is just an idiot. Either we've just proven that Dex is just a freaking moron, or he is in cahoots with Pikeman and always has been. He was hired from somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, those are the two prominent things.
Where do they say that Michael found him? Because he came on canvas because of Michael.
A place. He hired him from a place.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm okay with Dex having some shades in there.
Yeah. That would be an interesting turn, wouldn't it?
It would be an interesting turn, and it would piss Jocelyn off too.
Yeah. You've been using me this whole time? I have been. The Jax fans would melt.
Yeah.
Dex Alcazar. He's probably an undercover cop, says Daisy. I mean, it's entirely possible.
He could be. He could be some kind of agent.
He could. Carolyn says, no, the baby's is Franco's. Here's the thing about it being Franco's. ABC don't want Franco.
No, and that's another reason not to bring her back.
So,
ABC's dumped Franco.
Yeah, they don't want no Franco. They every once in a while will be like my ex-husband Franco. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
I mean, even Elizabeth didn't bring him up that often anymore.
He might be FBI, Dex. I don't think he's using Joss. You see, I've loved you this whole time, but I've been up to this triple agency thing. I've been working for Sonny and for your mom and for the FBI.
That's total soap opera right there.
Oh, yes.
You approach somebody with an agenda, and in the process of it all,
fall in love.
Fall in love.
Dex Pikeman, could he be the boss? No. But somebody suggested in the chat, it scrolled up. Let me know who you were, because I'm not going to go find it. Was Jocelyn got blackout drunk after the concert, wound up fishing this thing, or had fished this thing out of the garbage can before, and in her drunken stupor called the cops on Sonny.
Well, she did have an all-nighter, didn't she? And she did admit getting drunk.
Maybe she made some poor choices in that night.
Yeah, that's not real smart, especially when you're out by yourself.
Maybe she's the one that did it. That was Chandra. Thanks, Chandra.
You never know.
Melissa says that's why Dex.
She was a little offended there. Everybody kind of looked at her that way, though, huh?
Maybe this is what the best thing that General Hospital can do for itself when it comes to the type of soap. You know, when it comes to to what is going to draw on the audience. You got Days of Our Lives being freaking weird. Okay, it's awful all out there strange, not passion strange, but it's weird. Okay. And soap in GH has to have this who is it, what's really happening mystery. And I don't think they've really had one of those in quite some time. I feel like we're having one. What's really going on? What's happening? Oh my God, it's that. Yeah. Because we still have all this attention on Nina Nina talking to, oh, well, the SEC, you're the only person who knows Ava, blah, 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 blah. Really making sure that we're talking about Nina, who ain't responsible for any of this. As we're going to find out.
But Nina's going to wind up getting herself in trouble because she just cannot get that stupid look off her face. And she talks too much, and she talks openly too much. You cannot have a relationship with Sonny and look distraught, wringing your hands, talking mess in front of people all the time.
No. Of course she's going to be found out.
And I think Carly kind of tried to tell her that in a way at Kelly's.
See, so the thing is, we're gonna find out. People are gonna find out. Sonny's not gonna be all that mad. Not break up mad. He'll be mad, but he'll get over it. They'll stay together. Sonny and Nina are gonna be together for a while, I think. I don't think that they're gonna split up with the first problem. Because who else is Sonny gonna be with? It ain't gonna be Carly. Yeah,
no, it's probably not going to be Carly, at least not for a little while.
Why would it be Carly right now? Good God, would that be the most boring choice they could possibly make?
No, I don't think it's not time for Carly and Sonny to get back together, but I do think they do have another trope. One more, at least. We'll
see. We'll see. I have no idea what the future holds.
But I don't know. And Nina, though. She just talks out of turn too much.
Well, yeah, eventually this is, it's going to come out. It's going to be a problem. She's going to lose the growing relationship that she has with Willow. All kinds of different consequences are going to come from this. But when it comes to like the legal ramifications of the court trials and the jails and all that stuff, I feel like what would be really fun is for us to find out that it's been Dex or Jocelyn making a drunken choice or something like that that's led to this. And when it comes to the phone call that Martin made to the SEC for Nina, they're like, that was just thrown on a pile somewhere. What are you even talking about? I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Sonny's gonna be with Ava? No, we got Austin and Ava right now. Come on.
Oh, but I don't think that there's I think Ava's a little too smart for Austin. I do. I think she's a little too smart for Austin. I think she figures out things a little because Ava, Ava's got a devious side, and if you got anything brewing, she's gonna figure it out because it's something she would have done her damn self.
But Austin has been sucked into this, and he's innocent to a degree, and so on and so forth. So
yeah,
maybe there's a pathway to her sympathy that exists within Ava now.
Yeah, and I do think that it's going to be wind up that Austin is not a Holt. He is not a Quartermain. He's going to be a Gray.
Yeah. Cyrus is good. That'd be fun. I mean, he might still be a Holt. Well, maybe not a Holt. He'll be Gatling Gray.
Gatling Gray. Gatlin is from the mom side.
Maybe Josh tells Mo's son Josh what happened and she's drunk and he told the police. Man, Melissa, you really want this Josh Bernard to be anchored into what's going on. We know. So Josh Bernard is coming back for an extended time. Not like, I don't know what that means, but it's not going to be one day to be like, hey, Jocelyn, and then leave. It's going to be a something.
He's going to have a plot.
So I don't know. Maybe it is that. We could speculate all day. It's been suggested, and probably Melissa who did this too. Melissa suggested this, where maybe Josh told this person what was going on, and some sort of, I need somebody to tell. I also saw somebody suggest that she slept with him.
Well, that's the danger of getting too drunk with nobody with you to steer you in the right direction. You might do something real stupid,
especially when you want
not even stink and remember it.
Oh goodness,
that stuff happens every day.
So we'll see what happens. I don't know because Josh Bernard to me still he looks younger than the rest of the contemporaries on the cast. Like he still looks 17 to me. So
he does, but they are depicting him as Trina and Joss's age because he's down the hallway at the door.
Which he is too. He just to me resembles a little younger, but whatever.
And I wonder if they'll work in Joshua's music into his character as well.
God, I hope not.
Joshua can play the heck out of the piano. Quite good.
I really, honestly, to me, Matthew, me personally, just me. I really don't care to have a bunch of characterization for the nepotism casting of Joss's friend from college. I'm sure this is a personal opinion sneaking in and stuff, but I am not jazzed up, interested, or excited for this new character coming on. But that's just me. Whatever. But as always, I'm open to being entertained.
This is what I hope Mr. Josh was been doing since his last, and I'm not saying he did a bad job because we didn't see him enough. He didn't have enough dialogue to really know that he's a good actor or not. But I hope he's been to some workshops and stuff. I hope he's taking it very seriously.
Yeah, I mean, he does take his career. He's done more than General Hospital. I saw him on an HBO thing, So he's the classmate that Joss will get close to. Yes, that's the spoiler language from Soap Opera Digest. Is Joss grows closer to her classmate. Whew.
And I don't remember what his character's name. It's not. Is he going to be the same kid?
Yeah, it'll be the same kid. So he's already had a little mini arc. He's like, "Oh, I saw your boobies," and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I saw your boobs."
Yeah.
So we'll see what's next.
Pretty much, huh?
Now they're friends. So anyway, that's pretty much my notes. We only had 4 episodes.
Yeah. We did only have 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't like it when there's only 4 episodes. I kind of understand why. I don't know. I really don't understand, really. Why don't they just go ahead and have episodes on holidays? Because it's not like we're all sitting there on Labor Day or Christmas or Thanksgiving or anything watching it live anyway.
It's probably for production needs.
Yeah, maybe trying to put an extra day in the can, huh?
I mean, realistically speaking, Days of Our Lives is on exclusively to Peacock, and they are 6 months ahead. It's pretty easy to put something on streaming when you are 6 months ahead. It's pretty easy to take a break for a holiday when you are 6 months ahead. GH is not that far ahead, so I think that they rely a little bit more on preemptions and holidays and things like that in order to maintain a workable, manageable work schedule.
Have that nice buffer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Keep that buffer.
Yeah. I don't know how to increase to like a 6-month thing.
Yeah.
Like they would have to do hella filming.
Yeah.
Or
I'm sure there might be occasions where they are a little more far ahead than 2 to 3 weeks. I think that does occur. But then they have these big vacation times, where they're off and not filming for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And then that window gets narrowed.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
We sure will. I'll be watching.
Yep, me too. Me too. I'm going to watch every week. But in the meantime, I'm done with this thing. I'm actually extremely hungry right now.
Are you?
Like extremely.
We've been on for an hour and a half, haven't we?
Yeah, hour and 23. Yeah.
I had some leftover tortellini soup that I made yesterday. We had a big old birthday party here yesterday. And I usually do all the food for these shindigs. And I had some very delicious leftover vegetarian tortellini, cheese, and pesto tortellini soup.
Well, if you haven't had lunch yet, folks, now is the time.
In fact, I might go downstairs and get a second bowl.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to sit on my butt a lot and nurse my foot today.
Sounds perfect.
That's what I'm doing.
It does. It sounds like a great day. It does. Well, that's going to be it for us. We're going to get on the elevator. We're going to go back down to the first floor. And while we're going back down to the first floor, we're going to think about coming back here on Thursday night. Late night tonight to join us for Thursday. I think Mom and I are going to go over the Rise and Fall of Roseanne, because that was a show that we watched a lot. And then we watched the Connors and the reboot and all that kind of stuff. And so we'll be able to jibber jab on about that on Thursday. So join us for that. If you're a fan of us, join us. If you're a fan of Roseanne, or why are you? Stop it. Don't be one anymore.
Or, I Roseanne, when my kids were little and Roseanne's show was, a weekly show, we watched it as a family and it was fun.
It'll stay elevated. Oh yeah, keep your foot elevated. But yeah, it was a fun show back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway, follow us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. Oh, let me get into the speech. We're going to go back down to the first floor. We're going to get into our cars. We're going to tune our radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you cannot find it on your favorite podcasting platform, you can reach out to us on Twitter at 10th floor GH. And while you're doing that, go ahead and give us a follow there and join in on the fun soap and entertainment conversation that we have all week long. Look, I did it.
You did it.
If you do Super Chat, if you donate to Super Chat in the chat here, or if you do it in the comments, look for the little heart with the money sign inside of it and tap that or click that, and you can donate to the channel. And if you do that, 15% of it will be given to attendanceworks.org to encourage kids to get back to school and stay there.
And they offer tools to parents and families just to make sure that that's something that they can do.
Yeah, any sort of, because it's not like I'm just not going to send my kid, any sort
Yeah,
of
it's not
different
like, I'm just
circumstances
irresponsible
are in the
parent.
way, so
Yeah.
close the gap, close that lead
Exactly.
time. So do that. You don't need a wheelchair. Come on, Melissa. She just needs to keep her fit elevated and have a rest today. So do that. You can even do it when we're not live. You can still super chat with the channel even when we're not live. You can also donate to Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. You can do that. Visit our Linktree, linktr.ee/10th floor podcasts, and you can find all kinds of clickies for stuff. You can also see it in our bios here on YouTube and on Twitter and all sorts of Facebooks and stuff.
All that stuff.
So, mind the channel. Find us, interact, like, rate, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
It's easier than it's ever been to find us.
It really has been, because I've just been trying to proliferate this stuff all around different places and just make it easy. And then, Maha, you were playing with Alexa earlier, and you're just like, play me a General Hospital podcast, and it decided to play us.
Yes.
So
I was jazzed.
So, there's all kinds of ways to find us.
Yep.
So, but that's it. I'm getting out of here. I'm going. We're on the elevator. We're down on the first floor. We're in our cars. We're leaving. Go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th floor.